It begins with a dream. A dream to build the tallest structure in the world. In the early 2000s, Dubai was a rapidly growing city. Its leaders wanted a landmark. A symbol that would show the world what Dubai was capable of. That symbol became Burj Khalifa. A tower that would rise higher than anything built before. But building such a tower in the desert was no easy task. Scene 1 work begins in 2004, the first machines arrived on site. Excavation began. But the design was still not complete. The deadline was just 6 years. That meant architects and engineers had no time to waste. They had to design and build at the same time. It was a bold decision. But without it, the project would fail. Scene 2 Challenge 1. Time. The first challenge was time. Normally, skyscraper designs take years to finalize. For Burj Khalifa, 3 years were needed just for design. But waiting 3 years was impossible. So architects worked while construction continued. Every day, changes were made on paper and on site at the same time. It was risky. One mistake could have stopped the project. But this was the only way forward. Scene 3 Challenge 2. Weak foundations. The next challenge came from below the ground. Most tall towers are built on strong bedrock. But beneath Burj Khalifa's site, there was only weak, sandy stone. Could such a massive building stand here? Engineers had to find a solution. They drove 192 giant concrete piles into the ground. Each pile was reinforced with steel. Each pile went 250 meters deep. The entire weight of the building was spread across all 192 piles. This gave the tower a solid and stable base. Scene 4 Challenge 3. The design. For the design, Dubai hired a famous architecture firm from Chicago. This firm had built many skyscrapers before. But Burj Khalifa was a different challenge. The tower had to withstand desert winds. It had to survive earthquakes. It had to carry millions of tons of concrete and steel. After months of study, the architects created a new system. It was called the buttressed core system. 3 wings extended from a central spine. This design gave strength. It also gave elegance. It was the secret to Burj Khalifa's success. Scene 5 Challenge 4. Lifting concrete. As the tower grew higher, another problem appeared. How could wet concrete be pumped to the top floors? By the time concrete reached the top, it dried and lost strength. The only answer was special pumps. High-pressure pumps pushed concrete through vertical pipes. The concrete rose hundreds of meters. No building had ever used pumps at such height before. The total weight of concrete used was equal to 100,000 elephants. 3 of the world's strongest pumping machines were brought to Dubai. They worked day and night to supply concrete to the sky. Scene 6 Challenge 5. The cranes. At 140 floors high, Burj Khalifa had already broken records. But the cranes faced a problem. They could only lift material up to the 120th floor. Above that, they were useless. Worse, many crane operators refused to work at such heights. The winds were strong. The cabins swayed dangerously. So Dubai searched the world for fearless crane operators. Special men who were not afraid of heights. These operators worked 12-hour shifts. 700 meters above the ground. Their courage kept construction moving. Scene 7 Challenge 6. The glass problem. Now came the glass panels. Burj Khalifa needed 24,000 of them. But Dubai's heat created a huge problem. Inside the tower, temperatures reached almost 100 degrees Celsius. No one could work in such heat. And cooling the tower with normal glass was impossible. Engineers searched for answers for 18 months. Finally, engineer John Irwin gave a solution. He designed special reflective glass. This glass blocked ultraviolet rays. It reduced heat and saved electricity. But the cost was enormous. Each panel cost $2,000. And 24,000 panels were needed. An entire factory was built just to make these panels. Within 4 months, the panels were ready. The tower finally had its shimmering skin. Scene 8, Challenge 7. The spire. The structure was nearly complete. But one final piece was missing. The spire. A steel pipe 136 meters long, weighing more than 30 tons. No crane could lift it to the top. So engineers came up with a new plan. The spire was built in small pieces. Each piece was carried up inside the tower. At the top, the spire was reassembled. This gave Burj Khalifa its final height. 2,716 feet. The tallest building in the world. Scene 9, Challenge 8. The final Polish construction was complete. But the building was covered in dust. It needed to shine. The only way to clean it was by hand. Workers were suspended on ropes. One by one, they polished all 24,000 windows. Even today, Burj Khalifa is cleaned the same way. Brave workers dangle hundreds of meters above the ground. They keep the tower shining in the desert sun. Scene 10, Amazing facts. At its peak, 12,000 workers were on site every day. The tower's height equals 3 Eiffel Towers stacked together. The total weight of the glass panels equals 358 airplanes. Burj Khalifa has the world's fastest elevators. They travel at 10 meters per second. It also has the world's highest restaurant. On windy days, some terraces are closed for safety. That's because wind speeds match a Category 1 hurricane. From 100 kilometers away, Burj Khalifa is visible. And from the tower itself, you can watch the sunset twice. Once from the bottom. And once again from the top. Scene 11, The legacy. Burj Khalifa is not just a building. It is a symbol of human ambition. It is proof that no dream is too big. From weak desert soil to the strongest foundation. From unbearable heat to reflective glass. From impossible deadlines to record-breaking achievements. Every challenge was solved. Every obstacle was overcome. And today, Burj Khalifa stands tall. A shining example of what humanity can achieve. A dream made real in the heart of the desert.